Hello friends, in today's video we will discuss about elementary transformation of matrices. In elementary transformation of matrices, there are 6 elementary transformation, namely 3 are for row and 3 are for column. Number 1, it is any two row or any two columns can be interchanged between themselves, and this is symbolically written as Ri interchanged with Rj, that is, the ith row and the jth row are interchanged among themselves, or for column interchange it will be column I interchanged with column j. Any two row or any two columns can be interchanged among themselves. This is your first, this is second. One is for row and one is for column, so we are getting two transformation. Second one is the elements of any row or any column can be multiplied by a non-zero constant k or lambda. We can symbolically write it as Ri interchanged, so Ri changed to k into Ri, that is, the element of ith row is multiplied by the constant k. K should be non-zero constant, can be negative, can be positive, can be fraction, but cannot be is equal to 0. Or you can write column I changed to k into column I, that is, the element of ith column is multiplied by the constant k, where k should be non-zero, that is, you can write k not equal to 0. And third case, we can write Ri interchange, Ri change to Ri plus k into Rj, that is, the elements of the jth row are multiplied by a constant k and are added to the elements of Ri. Or for column operation, it is column I changes to column I plus k into column j, that is, the elements of column j are multiplied by a non-zero constant k and they are added to the elements of column I. So column I is transformed into column I plus k into column j. Similarly, Ri transformed into Ri plus k into Rj. We have multiplied the elements of Rj by a constant k and they are added to the elements of Ri. So these 6 are the elementary transformation of matrices. We will use this transformation to find the inverse of a matrix. Now you will say, what is inverse of a matrix? Let me discuss what is inverse of a matrix. See, invertible matrices. If A is a square matrix of order n, that is, should be a square matrix of order 2 by 2, 3 by 3, etc., and if there exists another matrix B of order n, that is, they must be of same order, such that the product of AB is equal to In, where In is the identity matrix of order n, is equal to B into A. That is, the product of AB, A and B, and the product of B into A is equal to In, then A is said to be invertible and B is called the inverse of A, which is written as B is equal to A inverse. When the product of two matrices A and B is equal to In, then A and B are called inverse of one another. If you are given A is a given matrix and if you can find another matrix B such that product of A and B is equal to In, then we will say that B is the inverse of A and A is invertible. So we can write B is equal to A inverse, or if B is equal to A inverse, then A will be is equal to B inverse, vice versa. So you can write that if I replace B by A inverse, I'll get A into A inverse is equal to In is equal to A inverse into A. That is, when I multiply a matrix by its inverse matrix, we get identity matrix. Similarly, B into B inverse is equal to In is equal to B inverse into B. Now, remember, note 1, inverse is possible only for square matrices, because when you multiply two square matrices, then the result will be an identity matrix, can be an identity matrix of same order, otherwise it is not possible. So inverse is possible only for square matrices. And number 2, the inverse of a square matrix is unique because you cannot find more than one inverse of a given matrix. For example, let capital A be a square matrix of order n. Also let capital B and capital C be the inverses of A. So we have assumed that A has two inverses, B and C. So we know the product of A into B will be is equal to In is equal to B into A. Similarly, the product of A into C is equal to In is equal to C into A. We know that the product of a matrix with its inverse is equal to an identity matrix. So, since B and C are two inverses of the matrix A, so we'll get the product of AB and product of BA will be is equal to In. Similarly, product of A and C and product of C and A will be is equal to In. Now, what is B? We know whenever we multiply any matrix by the identity matrix of the same order, we are talking about square matrices, then the result remains same. So I can write B is equal to B into In. Whenever I multiply a square matrix by the identity matrix of same order, it remains same. What is In? We know In is equal to AC. So I can write B into A into C. We know product of matrices is associative. So we can write this as B into A into C. We know that what is B into A is equal to In. So In into C. Now we again know when you multiply any matrix by the corresponding identity matrix of same order, the result is same. So B is equal to C. So we are getting B is equal to C. Therefore, the assumption that matrix A has two different inverses is possible only when B is equal to C. So the matrix A has a unique inverse, B or C. Both are equal. So I can say that the inverse of a square matrix is always unique. You cannot find more than one possible inverse of a square matrix. Now, finding A inverse using elementary operations. For any given matrix capital A, if you need to find the inverse matrix of A, that is A inverse, then there are two different processes of finding A inverse. First one is row operation. Careful in finding A inverse, that is in elementary transformation, we cannot use row operation and column operation simultaneously. This is prohibited. You have to use only one kind of operations at a time, either row or column. When we use row operations, we write A matrix is equal to product of In into A. When I use row operation, we write A is equal to In into A, where In is the identity matrix of the order n, that is the order equal to the matrix A. So A is equal to In into A. Now after using sequence of row operations, we convert. Now after using sequence of row operations on the matrix A and In, on the matrix A and In, we convert this equation as In is equal to B into A. We operate on this matrix and this matrix to convert this equation into In and this as another matrix B. When our main motto is to make it I matrix, and automatically it will become another matrix B. So we'll convert the equation into In is equal to B into A. Then we called B is equal to A inverse. This is called elementary row operations to find inverse of a given matrix. So be careful, when I find A inverse using row operation, we have to write A is equal to In into A. And then after using sequences of row operations in the matrix capital A of the left side and the matrix In of the right side, to convert this equation into In is equal to B into A. Be careful, your main motto is to find the matrix A into matrix In. That is, you have to convert A matrix into an identity matrix, and automatically the matrix In will be converted into the matrix B. So we are getting A into B into A is equal to In. So B is the inverse of A. So you can write B is equal to A inverse. Now second process is column operation. Column operation. When we use elementary column operations to find the A inverse, we write A is equal to capital A into In. Now we write A is equal to A into In. We know that when I multiply any square matrix with the identity matrix of same order, it remains same. So A is equal to A into In. Now after using sequences or sequence of column operations on capital A matrix and capital In matrix of the left side and the right side, we convert this equation into In is equal to A into B. See, your main motto is to convert this matrix on the left side into an identity matrix, and automatically using the same elementary column operations you will convert the matrix In into another matrix B. So you can write that B is equal to A inverse. Now there are some conditions you need to remember. Note, if all the elements of any row or any column at any stage become all equal to 0, then elements of the matrix A then we say, or we call that A inverse does not exist. Remember, when we operate elementary row operation or elementary column operations on the matrix A of the left side, if at any stage of the operation, if the elements of any row or any column becomes all equal to 0, then we will say that the A inverse does not exist. Okay, so these two are the procedures of finding A inverse of a matrix using elementary row and column operations. Now, there are three other types of square matrices. Number one is idempotent matrix. For any square matrix capital A, if the product of A into A, that is A square, is equal to A, then A is called an idempotent matrix. If A square is equal to A, then capital A is called idempotent matrix. That is, if the square of a matrix is equal to the same matrix, we call it a idempotent matrix. Number two is involutory matrix. If the square of a square matrix is equal to an identity matrix of same order, then if A square is equal to in, then A is called involutory matrix. We call it a involutory matrix. And your number three is orthogonal matrix. If the product of a matrix with its transpose, A must be a square matrix if A into AT is equal to in is equal to A into AT into A, that is the product of a matrix with its transpose is equal to identity matrix, then A is called orthogonal matrix. These three types of matrices are very important for board level exams and also for entrance purpose. So remember, there are three different matrices. They are called idempotent matrix, involutory matrix, and orthogonal matrix. For idempotent matrix, if I find the square, and it will be is equal to A. For involutory matrix, if I find the square, it will be is equal to in, that is identity matrix of order n. And if for orthogonal matrix, if A into A transpose is equal to in is equal to A transpose into A, then A is called orthogonal matrix. In short, I can say that A inverse is equal to A transpose. That is, for such matrices, the transpose of A is equal to its inverse. Okay, we know that when I multiply a matrix A with its inverse matrix, we get identity matrix. Therefore, if when I multiply A into A transpose, I am getting I. So I can write that A inverse is equal to A transpose. So for orthogonal matrix, the transpose of A is equal to inverse of it. So these three are very important types of square matrices.